we have Frost and Cruz from Talon. Congratulations on your win. Um, let's begin by hearing from you first, Cruz, and then Frost on the thoughts of the game.
Um, it's tough, I guess. I'm actually very unhappy about the results. Like, as a team leader, as the leader of the team as an IGL, I think I did not a very good job in analyzing the other team, and we're not communicating well. There's just so many gaps. We don't understand what we're trying to do, and then people were just scared in the first game. Just so many problems. Yeah.
Frost.
I second what he said. I think he's correct about all of it. If we have any expectation, I don't know how many of you have even been here over the course of weeks, but I've said it pretty openly that if we have any expectation of doing what we're supposed to do this year, which is obviously qualifying for champs at the very least, we're going to have to play better than we have been. And I feel like I say this every week. We have a pretty interesting schedule. We play T1 and then Team Secret. We've already been Team Secret, but we also lost to them in a way that I didn't expect. So I don't think we have any chance of making playoffs in this group if we do not win out. And I also think that 4-1 even may not be enough because the other group is so bad. So we have a lot to do here.
All right. Next question is for Cruz from Chris at Spin Esports. Governor played really well. What do you like most about him as your duelist?
Especially today, I think he was very confident in taking fights, but there's a lot of like overheat moments where he thinks he just wanna, win it out all by himself kind of thing. And I think I like the confidence, but I would rather have him like play with play with our teammates more, just a bit. But yeah, I kind of like how he just goes out and ball basically.
All right. Next question is also from Chris at Spin Esports for Frost. Surf seemed to still struggle as a sentinel. How will the team help him? And is a role change possible?
I won't ever say no. So yeah, it's certainly possible. I think we have to better prepare him. I think that's probably the thing I leave here the most. So I mean, I guess I could blame myself for Surf. Yeah, I just have to prepare him better for some of the things he's gonna see. So for instance, playing against KO really was a struggle for him. Um, and it wasn't really something. So we knew that we anticipated Breeze possibly being selected. We also anticipated their composition. Um, we even suspected KO on other maps. So we had limited discussions, but I think, yeah, we need to better prepare him for things like this so he has a better understanding of what to do. So I'll certainly take responsibility for that. I understand he's struggling, and that's something as a player he needs to be very aware of. And the truth is, if he expects to play at this level, he cannot play at the level that he's playing in. So fortunately for us, though, we have Lenny, who is certainly capable if we feel like we need to make a change. But at the moment, I don't think that is necessary. Let's first prepare Surf for these games, and then let's reassess sort of what's going on.
All right. We'll now open the floor for live questions.
Okay, we'll go first with Strafe Esports.
So my question is for the coach. So in map two, towards the end of the map, you called a timeout, which helped your team uh, close out the map in overtime. So can you give us a sneak at what kind of advice or what you said to the team that helped them overcome whatever barriers they were facing?
I remember the timeout, but there's some information I don't want to give out. What I'll say is this. I noticed that there was something that GE wasn't doing very well. And I tried to prepare Surf to sort of play around what they were going to do. And I asked Ban to sort of facilitate some sort of things in order to help the team. I think we were very unlucky that Cruz called a mid play twice. One of those rounds was after the timeout. Peter has a really good open shot, by the way, on that Viper. He missed it 2 rounds in a row. But if he hit it, one of them, like especially after that timeout,
Yeah.
he would have had a much better time. And I think I was happy with, I think, the way people responded to the timeout and how they played around it. I think I was more unhappy with some of the micro things. Like, I'm not unhappy with Governor, by the way, for missing the shot. It's just unfortunate that you call something, it turns out to be correct, you miss a shot. And against teams at this level, including Global, they will punish you for these mistakes and for not capitalizing on these errors. And I have to say, I thought Russ called a very good game all 3 series. So I think he deserves a lot of credit for how close that series was. I personally would not have expected that series to be that close. So I thought they did a very good job.
All right, thank you.
All right, next we will have Anap from the Spike.gg.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I have a couple of questions, both open to. First one is actually for coach. I had chat with Big Time and they were surprised that you guys picked Icebox against them, since especially they have been playing very well. What was the game plan for it? And my second question is for Cruz. What were the callings that you thought is worked for you guys in Breeze and Lotus, and what were the mistakes that that you think you were capitalizing against G?
So we need to be able to play every map against teams. There are certain maps, for instance, Split, that if you're not dominant on that map, it is a map where a lesser team or team you think you should win can beat you. So obviously we took that out. We were not afraid of their icebox, particularly because even though they play it well, we played it well. I know today doesn't look like that's the case, and it's not indicative of that. But I think we were not afraid of both the veto or even giving GE all 3 maps. And that's not to be disrespectful towards them. It's that if we're going to win at this level, we need to be able to play every map well. And we had an idea of what they would do on these maps. So we felt even more confident that we can be able, even if we're not playing well and struggling, we should be able to steal these maps. Obviously, we didn't do it on Icebox. I thought they controlled the pace, and I thought they were sort of like on top of us. And turns out, obviously, to have been a mistake to do that. But yeah, just because it is a good map of theirs, we can't operate at this level always being afraid of playing a team's good map. We have to also be concerned with maps where we are weaker. And it just so happened that this series was one we prioritized the maps that we felt gave us a better chance to win. And yes, they are good on Icebox, and it was going to be a struggle, but that's why we did that.
For me, things that was working was actually like I kind of overthink myself during like the second half of the first half. You understand what I mean? On attack, like when we were up 5-1, I thought we just needed to do some run some phase because our hits are pretty straightforward and it's working. But like I just overthought, and then I just gave them so much space for to take like a solid 1v1 against us, where if we just played solid 5-man on the site, we would have won the most of the rounds. But yeah, that's where I think I kind of misplayed.
Thank you guys, and all the best for the remaining of the season.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions? I think that's all the questions we have. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.